Welcome back to the channel. Today's story is not just about boxing. It's about rise, fall, survival, and reinvention. It's about a man who once had the world in his fists, lost almost everything, and still managed to rebuild a powerful legacy. This is the inside story of Mike Tyson, his life, his houses, his cars, and his true net worth. Mike Tyson's life began far from luxury. Born in Brooklyn, New York, Tyson grew up in one of the toughest neighborhoods imaginable. Crime, violence, and poverty surrounded him daily. As a child, he was small, insecure, and constantly bullied. That environment shaped him early. By the time he was a teenager, Tyson was already getting into serious trouble, facing arrests and spending time in juvenile detention. Everything changed when boxing entered his life inside a juvenile center. Tyson met a boxing trainer who saw something rare: raw aggression mixed with fearlessness. That trainer introduced Tyson to Cus D'Amato, a legendary boxing coach who would completely reshape Tyson's destiny. Cus didn't just teach Mike Tyson how to punch. He taught him how to think, how to intimidate, how to control fear, and how to dominate opponents before the fight even started. Under Cus's guidance, Tyson became a weapon. By the age of 20, Mike Tyson shocked the world. He became the youngest heavyweight champion in boxing history. Stadiums sold out. Pay-per-view records shattered. Opponents looked terrified before the first bell even rang. Tyson didn't just win fights, he destroyed opponents in minutes. Money poured in at a level Tyson had never imagined. At his peak, Mike Tyson was earning tens of millions per fight. Endorsements, sponsorships, appearance fees, and pay-per-view bonuses made him one of the richest athletes on earth. At one point, Tyson earned over $30 million for a single night, but money came faster than wisdom. Tyson's spending became legendary. He bought mansions across the United States, including massive luxury estates with indoor pools, private gyms, recording studios, and personal security teams. His most famous mansion in Ohio was a 50,000 square foot palace with gold fixtures, marble floors, and exotic animals roaming the property. Yes, exotic animals. Mike Tyson famously owned Bengal tigers. He spent hundreds of thousands of dollars just to buy them and thousands more every month to maintain them. These animals lived on his property like symbols of power, danger, and excess. Cars were another obsession. Tyson owned one of the wildest car collections in sports history. Ferrari, Lamborghini, Bentley, Rolls-Royce. He bought them without thinking twice. He once admitted to buying cars simply because he liked the color. He gave luxury cars away as gifts and crashed some without caring about the cost. Jewelry was another addiction. Diamond chains, gold watches, custom rings. Tyson reportedly spent millions on jewelry alone. He once bought a bathtub made of gold for a girlfriend. That single purchase cost more than most people earn in a lifetime. At his peak, Mike Tyson was worth an estimated $300 to $400 million, but the fall came just as fast without Cus D'Amato, who passed away early in Tyson's career. Mike lacked guidance. Poor management, bad business decisions, legal troubles, and uncontrolled spending began draining his fortune. Then came the scandals. Legal battles, suspensions, prison time, and public controversies damaged his career and reputation. Fight cancellations and lost endorsements followed. Money kept going out, but it wasn't coming in the same way anymore. By the early 2000s, Mike Tyson was drowning in debt. Despite earning hundreds of millions, he filed for bankruptcy. Court documents revealed he was over $20 million in debt. Mansions were sold. Cars were auctioned. Jewelry disappeared for the world. It was shocking. How could one of the richest athletes ever become broke? But Tyson's story didn't end there. After hitting rock bottom, Tyson slowly began rebuilding his life. He admitted his mistakes publicly. He sought therapy. He spoke openly about trauma, addiction, and self-destruction. And then came reinvention. Tyson transitioned into entertainment, media, and business. He appeared in movies, documentaries, podcasts, and stage shows. His honesty, humor, and vulnerability won over a new generation of fans. One of his biggest comebacks came through business. Mike Tyson entered the cannabis industry, launching successful ventures that generated millions annually. His brand, personality, and honesty became assets instead of liabilities. He also returned to boxing not as a dominant champion, but as a global icon. Exhibition fights brought massive paydays, proving his name still carried enormous value. So where does Mike Tyson live today? Tyson now lives a much more controlled and peaceful lifestyle. His current homes are luxurious but far more reasonable compared to his past mansions. Privacy, comfort and simplicity matter more to him now than excess. His houses feature modern designs, comfortable living spaces, and areas for meditation, training, and family life. No more tigers. No more gold bathtubs. What about cars? Tyson still enjoys luxury vehicles, but his collection today is modest compared to his past. High-end SUVs, classic cars, and a few luxury models, all purchased with intention, not impulse. And now the big question: what is Mike Tyson's net worth today? As of recent estimates, Mike Tyson's net worth sits between $10 and $20 million. That may sound small compared to his peak, but considering where he came from and what he lost, it represents survival, recovery, and control. More importantly, Tyson now owns his story. He speaks openly about money mistakes, emotional damage, and personal responsibility. He warns young athletes about fast wealth and poor guidance. His story has become a lesson rather than a tragedy. Mike Tyson is no longer the most feared man in boxing. He is one of the most honest. From a troubled childhood to global dominance, from extreme wealth to bankruptcy, and from destruction to redemption, Mike Tyson's life proves that success isn't just about money. It's about growth, it's about learning, and it's about standing back up after the fall. What makes Mike Tyson's story even more powerful today is how much his mindset has changed. In interviews, Tyson often admits that money once controlled him. He believed wealth meant freedom, respect, and happiness. But losing almost everything forced him to understand something deeper: that money without discipline becomes a curse. Today, Tyson lives with far more awareness. He talks openly about fear, ego, and how fame amplified his worst habits instead of fixing them. He now values peace over attention and stability over excess. Meditation, self-reflection, and honesty play a major role in his daily life. Tyson has also become a mentor figure. Young fighters, athletes, and entrepreneurs listen to him not because he's perfect, but because he's real. He doesn't glamorize his past mistakes. He exposes them. And that honesty has given his voice a new kind of power. Financially, Tyson is more careful than ever. He chooses partnerships wisely, avoids reckless spending, and focuses on long-term income instead of fast cash. His brand today is built on authenticity, not intimidation. In the end, Mike Tyson's true wealth isn't measured by houses, cars, or millions in the bank. It's measured by survival, self-awareness, and the ability to rebuild after losing everything. Very few people fall that far and still rise again. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Mike Tyson's life, houses, cars, and net worth, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more powerful stories of fame, fortune, and survival. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.